Hello and welcome to another episode of Supercoach Insider. My name is Ben and thank you for joining me. I'm going through my team into round 10. Now it's been a little bit bumpy, folks. It's been a little bit of a journey. I'm still hanging on to that top 1,000, but before I go any further, please do like, subscribe, share the love, loving the comments and loving the interaction from you guys. So really do appreciate it. If you haven't already, like us on our socials as well, SC Insider 100, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, you name it. And we also do podcasts as well, so all the audio platforms, join us. Alrighty, so this week I scored 2,104. Not my best work. Luke Ryan hurt me so now. Highmore was my big saviour. The reason I was not trading out these premiums is because I was hoping it was only a week, and then that week turned into another week, and then you kind of, figure you're halfway in now, so you might as well hold. So it's been a little bit annoying because I've had, since Ridley got knocked out, I missed Ridley for a week, then Luke Ryan went out, then Luke Ryan stayed out, then Luke Ryan for a third week, mother effer, what a fucker. And then Houston as well joined him, so I got real lucky. I had Cozzy as bench cover, I had Highmore decide to play, but again, that's 4 weeks in a row, basically. Yeah, which has been absolutely a pain in the ass, which is why I've slipped from like 100th overall and slowly worked my way back to 1,000. Now, here's the thing. I wanted to keep upgrading. The issue was if I traded that premium and bring in a rookie or something or other, I'm still only going to have that premium and a rookie in for that round because I was doing a 1 down, 1 up. So I've got a premium coming into my side, or I can just trade a premium in my side and I get the same score anyway, except down the track I'm going to be worse off. So I've just kept pushing on with the 1 down, 1 up and making my changes that way. So it's been bumpy. I'm still in the top 1,000, so I feel pretty ready to go to attack the buys. I feel like my team has a little bit more structure. I've gone with more expensive guys that maybe haven't done so well the last month, but when they start cracking off, which good players do, I think I'll start to climb the ranks again. So I'm going to bring in my side first of all. Not too upset. Now, the one thing I did know about my side is forwards suck. So I knew the other week when I brought in, Tom Mitchell, which I knew was going to weaken my forward line. I was looking at Zorko. I should have got Zorko. In hindsight, Zorko scored basically nearly twice as much. So he scored 60 points more, so that was really upsetting. I thought Tom Mitchell was going to go big. I did look at Josh Kelly just so people would stop giving me absolute crap about it. So that's where I was. I ended up keeping Cozzy. I had Highmore play, which covered Houston, so that worked out pretty well. I brought in RCD, so I brought in Collier Dawkins because I brought in Paul to the week before. So basically, I still was able to get those 2 essential rookies. Tom Mitchell, I still think he'll do well for the rest of the year, so it's a funny one. I had this gut feeling about Mitchell. I felt like he was one I had to bring into my side, and I had that gut feeling earlier in the year. So whether that holds off or whether Chris was right, which I hate to admit, we'll soon see. So this is my side. I've got 6 defenders. I am looking at bringing probably Whitfield in or Mills at some point. They're the ones I'm targeting. I had a look. It looks like Lockie Neal as well is coming back into the fold. They hope to play him in round 12 before the bye, which is absolutely outstanding. You get a 1-game sample to see how he's looking, and then you can bring him in after the bye if you're interested. If I bring in Whitfield or Mills, though, then basically Laird will then go into my midfield, which means I only need 1 more midfielder. That's what I'm considering. I'm considering doing that, so I have some flexibility. So if I have an injury or someone's out, I can use a bench player for a rookie for a week in the midfield. And with that forward flexibility, I could use a forward mid or something like that to actually give me coverage. I think it's a good ploy. Now, Mills is probably the one because at least he's averaging well. The other consideration is I leave my defense the way it is and I target a cheaper Zach Merritt and a Lockie Neal probably to finish my side. Now, I will go Lockie Neal again. Right, Jared Lyons, yes, I like him and he's real expensive, but he doesn't average as well quite with Lockie Neal, and he's going to be too expensive for me. Whereas Lockie Neal will be about 587,000 maybe, so I think I should be able to afford him. Not many people are going to have him either, which is the benefit, particularly the top 1,000 or so around that point. So I think that'll be a real good bonus, and yeah, it's an upgrade. So This is my side for the moment. I need forwards. I need forwards now. Lucky because I nearly went Marshall last week, so that's kind of a good thing that I didn't. So I'm going to take the positive out of that because I looked at Zorko, I looked at Tom Mitchell, I looked at Josh Kelly, and I looked at so Zorko, Marshall in that combination. Now, I nearly went Marshall for the fact that I was thinking Zorko, they have some harder games coming up. I felt Zorko just gets his 90 to 100 generally, so he's not really going to go up in price, which means I can get him later, whereas Marshall is someone who could hurt, which is why I was looking at bringing Marshall in, so I think I dodged a bullet there. Josh Kelly just chipping away, so like it's painful. I really did want to bring him in just so people would shut up, like especially mates, not you guys. You guys can give me flack, and I can handle the criticisms. It is funny, but they ribbed me like all the time on the weekend, and I'm just like, you know what? Like I deserve it, yes. Should I just bring him back in? I would like to stop the hurt, but he is still injury prone. So you don't trade out Josh Kelly just to bring him back in. He still has the same risk factor. So if they're doing well and you want someone cheap, sure, that's a risk. You can bring him in because he's cheap, and if he gets injured, then it's only a one out. Whereas for me, if I bring him back in again and he gets injured, I feel like I'll cop even more. So that's what I'm considering. I think I'd rather a Zach Merritt and a Lachie Neale in my side than having a Josh Kelly in my side. So you take your wins. Premiums will do well here and there. Alrighty, so for me, I need either Dustin Martin or Zorko this week. Now, forward lines suck, so I need some forwards because this forward sit show with these rookies, I knew was short-lived. I knew I wasn't going to do it for long because I have been upgrading elsewhere. So I had to upgrade defense because I had Ryan and I didn't want to get a donut, so I went defense, probably one early. It's kind of worked out because forwards are real bad, so I need forwards. So I'm looking at Dusty Martin and Zorko for the next 2 weeks and then literally banking cash in my side. So what I'll do is Powell needs to go. RCD can now go on field, so that's happy days there. And I'll probably bring Brockman. You can come on up or come on down, as they would say. And from here, I think the next one I'm looking at getting rid of is probably actually Cozzy. Now, if Highmore plays and Houston plays and Ryan plays, etc., I think Cozzy could be the way to go. His break even now is a 59, so I could keep him for another week. He's priced pretty well, though, so that's the issue I'm having at the moment. He's priced quite well. Scott's going to be making more cash. He's got a break even at 29. McCreary I could get rid of, but then I don't really have much bank either to get Dusty next week, which hurts because there's not many rookies out there next week, so Ryan will be probably my downgrade next week. It depends. Now, Flynn. If Flynn doesn't play, if Flynn isn't named, he is gone. The reason is Cozzy can at least play another week. He might be some coverage just for now, and considering how Houston and Ryan have gone, I might need it. Flynn, if he doesn't play, he's 316,000. If he plays, sure, he goes up in price. If he doesn't, he could wait 5 weeks because Mumford will play a couple games, then they have the bye, so then Mumford will be fresh anyway. After the bye, you have Mumford and you have Bruce then starting to come back in competing, which means Flynn is then basically third in line. He's out. He won't be playing anymore. If Bruce is fit, they'll be going to him. Mumford's been killing it, so there'll probably be a different situation going on there. So if Flynn isn't named, Flynn for me is the easiest decision. I then bring in Zorko into the forward line. I'm then going to go and sort this by the lowest price, and it's real easy. Tracy is there. He looks like he might actually start playing. Not that I care. He might get you. He might even do well over the buys. It doesn't bother me. For me, all I'm looking for is that cheap player that has that swing ability in case Marshall comes back and looks good, and I want to have him in my side. Not the biggest issue in the world. I could go a $102,000 player, but I would like that option to possibly be able to bring Marshall in later if I need to, which means that you keep it ready. So what that does for my team now, Zorko's in my side, Mr. Blessed himself. I've still got a bit of a rookie situation here that does need fixing. However, it's not as dire anymore. Scott and Poulter, etc., they should go all right. They'll at least make some cash, which means it's a bit of an issue, but not too bad. Next week, I can bring in Dusty Martin. Hopefully, he doesn't go too well against the Lions. Hopefully, he bucks the trend. But even if he does score like 100, I can't see him. He'll probably go up to like 450, and then I'll have that ready to go. So Scott, basically in one trade, I can go Scott straight now to Dusty Martin, and my team's looking pretty good again. So that's pretty much the look of it. Now, I had a look today. If I do go looking at the buys, I'm pretty much only targeting 3 players plus an extra forward, which will be Marshall or someone else, whoever is doing well at the time, as my last forward. And that'll be replacing Warner. So if I go Scott to Dusty Martin next week, I have 2 forwards, including Warner, that need replacing. I have 2 midfield spots, and that's it. So 4 more spots that need doing. So I'm in a pretty good spot here. Now I'm looking at Whitfield after the first bye. I'm looking at Lockie Neal after his bye in the second one. I'm looking at Dangerfield as my last upgrade. So I'll probably hold, if I can, depending on Warner's price. I'll try and hold Warner. Hopefully he cracks out a couple good games. And then I'll get Warner to, say, Dangerfield would be nice. And that leaves 1 forward. So I don't think it's too bad. I mean, looking at my cash situation at the moment, Kozitzki can go down to Lockie Jones. If Lockie Jones is named, that's 140,000. If I have a look at Jordan, I should be able to then take that 140 and go Jordan to a premium. So that's pretty good. That's 1 done. Berry, I should be able to downgrade. Riley Collier-Dawkins, I should be able to downgrade soon. McCreary, I should be able to downgrade. And Poulter as well. So I've got about 4 players there that I could 1 down, 1 up and try and get somewhere close to a premium. Now, I might have to change strategies. Jordan will be a premium. Yes, he's expensive enough. Warner can be a premium. Yes, he's expensive enough, which leaves me probably looking for my last 2 options is probably a little bit cheaper. Whitfield will be cheap enough, so I think I'll be able to turn so like a Kozitzki and someone else into a Whitfield, which I think will work out well. And it'll be my last forward option. I might have to go cheap. So we'll see how we go there. I might even have the trades and someone might surprise me to actually make that work. So hopefully maybe Highmore gets 2 games and then I can go Highmore down, Collier-Dawkins up to someone. That would be nice. But we'll see how we go. And you still need some rookies to come up and show a little bit of signs over the buys would be nice. As for captains this week, don't listen to the Gorn here. I did originally have Gorn VC and Grundy C. Grundy should be playing a nice, easy Port ruckman. Port are also fairly good at sharking taps, though, so it's going to be interesting here because they didn't have the best rucks the other year. So Port and Dogs, I think, are pretty good at sharking. I am considering now St Kilda. You could go McRae. I think Chris is going McRae here. I'm probably looking at a Gorn or Oliver as a VC. Probably Oliver's a nice little VC because I think Swizz was saying he's gone 200 last time against Adelaide. He has gone big against a couple of weaker teams before. Unlike Titch, Oliver can score against weaker sides. So I'm looking Oliver as a VC would be a nice, good option. Looping into Grundy, who I think should go at least 120 plus against Port Adelaide, is my call. So look, that's my team. Let me know what you're thinking. It's a little bit of a work in progress, but considering how bad the forward line is this year, the fact that I've got rookies actually playing up forward, it's much better than having no rookies playing in defence, although they are kind of at the moment. So look, let me know what you think. Let me know which forward you think I should actually have as my F6, the one that I'm going to have left, because again, I'm going, it's either Whitfield, Neal, Dangerfield plus 1 forward, or I might just scrap Whitfield, go with Zach Merritt, Lockie Neal, and Danger, and 1 other forward. So let me know. So Dusty Martin for me next week, and then we'll see how we go. All right, that's it for me, guys. Thank you very much. And team reveals Thursday. It'll be nice to have the information early. I'll catch you later. Bye.